Small tips, that's what I love to show you guys back at home, and at the moment we're out here on the reef and we're going to be using the Gomoku small micro jig here. It's only a little small number, it comes pre-rigged as you can see, and there's not a lot of action to it. In fact, being a micro jig, unlike the larger, bigger jigs that you use out in the deeper reefs where you get sore arms and you're really belting into 100 metres of water, it does get very tiring. But micro jigging, you got to look at the size of that. It looks very similar to a bait fish found around wrecks, reefs, ledges, bommies, anything like that. So I've got tied up there 60-pound fluorocarbon in subtle, it's not the hard, and I've also got 50-pound Power Pro braid, Thorium 16HG with a Game Type J jig stick. And it's a nice light outfit. It's even got the little trigger grip down here, so I can really hold it in my hand and use it wisely. Now, what I'm going to do here, drop it down. I've got about 8 feet of monofilament leader there, so that should be enough to give it plenty of strength and also enough cushion for the fish when he hits this jig, and we'll see how we travel. I'll show you how to do a bit of jigging, and fingers crossed we come up trumps with a fish. So what I tend to do here is I hold the rod like so. I really need to jam it in between my fingers. I like to be more comfortable putting it between my pinky and the next finger like so, and it just allows my thumb there. If you haven't got a bigger hand like mine or small or whatever, is you might end up coming right up here, but that feels a bit weird for me. So wherever you're comfortable, in this case here, my right hand between those two fingers. Out of gear and just thumb it. Put your thumb on that and just take your thumb off and let it go down nice and gently, just so it's touching your skin. If you let it go without it, you get a bird's nest, and that's not cool. So we just let it go nice and gently. When it hits the bottom, you'll know it'll stop. But you've got to really jam your thumb on it at that time. So if the fish decides to grab it on the way down, you'll feel the spool really start to crank out fast. Then you just push it in gear and strike, and you're basically straight up on it. So once you will find that the fish has grabbed it, or you've hit the bottom like so, it stops, just wind it up and just little jigs. Just flick that tip, nothing too vigorous. You don't want to get out there and jig like so, it's just crazy. You'll use up all your energy. Drop it back down. The fish in this area here are things like paddletail, largemouth nanagai, trout. So we're just working this reef area and underwater structure. Get it about 20 or 30 feet off the bottom. We are in about 120 feet of water, and drop him back down. And once you do that, you just keep moving around. If your line goes up towards the bow of the boat, that's where you need to go and follow it.